Hey folks, it's DRANS Poke Corner here, and today we have a absolutely massive slab mail day. 12 slabs. Some of these slabs are pieces of Pokemon history, and I got my first ever first edition PSA10 card. I can't wait to show it to you. Stick around to the end. I'll tell you about how I added all these awesome cards to my collection. There's no better way to start off a mail day than with the classic. We have Charizard level X from Platinum Supreme Victors in an 8.5. Now I believe this is my first ever level X anything in the collection. Looks like a Blaine's card. I don't remember this set super well, but you know I love partner Pokemon, so this is kind of a warm-up for the Journey Together set that's coming out. Next up, we have a Celebrations Classic Charizard in a 9. Super cool card. It harkens back to the very first set ever for Pokemon, the base set. I actually have a couple base set Zards, but this one with the Crackle holofoil is just so cool. I wish I could have got a 10, but I couldn't find one on the marketplace. I do have a raw one I got from box.gg I may grade to try to get the 10. Wish me luck, maybe I'll put it in my next GameStop PSA submission. Now the next card is one of my absolute favorite artworks from the base set. We have a PSA10 Gyarados. I have this card in raw in my original childhood collection, so when I saw one of these up for grabs in a PSA10 I absolutely had to have it. I actually think I have 2 raw copies of this card. Now my raw copies are in bad shape because they were actually in a deck I played as a child, so... Next up we have a criminally underrated card, Dark Raichu First Edition in a PSA 9. Now why is this card important? It was the first ever secret rare. If you look closely at the bottom, the number is 83 out of 82. Now this one punches me right in the nostalgia here because the Team Rocket set, when it came out, I remember going and spending my birthday money to buy a few packs of Unlimited, and I actually pulled that same card. You better believe I'm hyped for the new Team Rocket set. Gotta love this one, it's the Sleeping Tyranitar V alt art from Battle Styles. One of the only really cool cards to come out of that set. Some of my favorite cards in all of Sword and Shield are these kind of art cards where you see like the little Tepig in the background chilling with his bro Tyranitar. These little details are what makes Sword and Shield alt art special. Kinda like this Duraludon V here, chilling with his trainer, having a snack. The longer you look at this card, the more you notice, like the Rotom V in the front. Details like this help bring the Pokemon universe to life. And I feel this also enhances the collectability of the card. Nobody really cares about Duraludon, but that makes that card memorable. So let's take a look at another piece of nostalgia in Pokemon history. If you recall, the Neo block of cards when they came out introduced 2 new Pokemon types, Steel type and Dark type. We had the Skarmory and the Steelix as kids, but I don't remember this Magneton. I had to pick it up when I saw it. Let's move on to what is probably one of the coolest Black Star promos in all of Pokemon history, the Ancient Mew card from the Pokemon 2000 movie. Now I remember actually going to the theater as a kid and getting one of these. My parents didn't have a lot of money growing up, but one of my friends wanted to go see this movie for his birthday. And like a true bro, he got his parents to bring me along too, so that's how I got my original copy. Now my OG Ancient Mew's a bit beat up, obviously I got it as a kid, so getting the 9 was pretty awesome. Next up we have a PSA 9 Nidoqueen from the Jungle set. I'm slowly working my way through completing Jungle in first edition. And while we're talking about collection building, let me tell you how I got these cards. All of these cards came from the box.gg marketplace. Now Boxed is a digital mystery box platform for trading cards like Pokemon, but they also do graded cards, not just raw cards. You can trade in your raw cards you pull on Boxed for graded slabs on the box.gg marketplace. Check out my other videos on box.gg for more information, and if you decide to give it a try, feel free to use my affiliate code DRANCards. If you're smart about using Boxed, it's a pretty great way to get both modern and vintage trading cards. Now this is an extremely cool card, the Venusaur promo. Why is this cool? This actually came from a magazine in the 90s that was really hard to find. I remember being a kid trying to find one of these to buy, and every time I found one in a store, a kid had gone through and actually taken the promo out of it. It was so sad. So as an adult, to finally get this card in my collection made me so happy. Next up we have a PSA 9 Legendary Collection Machoke. This is the one and only time we've ever seen this Fireworks Holo. It's not a super high-end card, but the Fireworks Holo is highly collectible and super cool. So I'm hoping to add more of these to my collection in the future, and eventually get the whole set. That's going to take a really long time, because some of the high-end cards are really expensive. The Legendary Collection Reverse Charizard in the Fireworks Holo is going for about $4,000, for example. So this is my first ever PSA10 first edition Holo anything card. And of course it had to be something Team Rocket, because I love Team Rocket. With the Destined Rivals Team Rocket set coming out, that got me super hype about Team Rocket cards. And I actually have one of these in a 9, so when I saw this up for grabs, I just had to get it. Folks, make sure you subscribe for future giveaways and use box.gg responsibly. Get cards, don't gamble. New video coming soon on how to get the most out of box.gg.